Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. All perfect? No issues with the audio or the video, right, guys? Yes? Okay, great. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So today we will be starting off with Node.js. Yesterday I gave you guys a quick introduction to the topic itself, and just an understanding about the topic that what is Node.js. Today we'll try to see it a little bit more practically. That will be our aim for today's class. Okay. So everybody was able to understand a little bit about Node.js in our yesterday's class, right? The intuition behind Node.js. You were able to understand that intuition. Were you guys able to understand that intuition, guys? Please let me know. Yes, everybody was able to understand it, right? Okay, great. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So today our aim is to look at it a little bit more practically in nature. That will be our aim of today's class. So let's start with that. Puja, that won't be possible to make you guys understand it once again. You can just rewatch the yesterday's video. So your voice is breaking. Is the voice breaking for everybody or just for Shiv? Is the voice breaking for everybody or just for Shiv itself? Could you guys let me know? It's not breaking. Shiv, I guess it is just a problem from your end itself. Could you please check your speaker or something like that? Okay. So let's start from right over there. Let me first of all share my screen with you guys. Share screen, entire screen share. So I should be visible as well as the screen should be visible to you guys. Nodejs.org. So this is the official website of Node.js, guys. Okay. This is the official documentation of Node.js as you're able to see right over here. Okay. So it is basically called as run JavaScript everywhere. Okay. So that is what we have learned in our yesterday's class. Nevertheless, we'll go into its documentation. Now, as a web developer, as a data analyst, or anything that you are doing in this in the area of IT development or software development itself, understanding documentation is a very important skill set to have. Many students, because they don't learn things properly, they don't study things properly, they just maybe do a course, and the course as well they don't do it properly. Maybe they are working on a project, they copy the project from some particular place, they don't explore a lot, they end up not even going to documentation and learning documentation. When you're working in a company, most of the time you will actually be learning from documentation, you'll be getting help from documentation itself. So always make sure that whenever you are learning something new, whenever you are exploring a new topic, try to go through the documentation whenever you are having some problems. Okay, whenever you are having a question that you are not able to solve, try to go through the documentation and try to solve it. This is a very important skill set to have if you are looking to become a very good software engineer itself. Okay, so let's right over here. I'll go into docs as you're able to see. And this is the Node.js documentation on our screen. Now, how you can think about Node.js is that think about it as a very huge, like, how can I explain this? Think about it as an arena, right? Roman gladiator arenas. You guys must have seen those Roman glad gladiators arena images. So these type of arenas were there in the ancient time where the Romans actually fought their wars. Okay, so let me open the image in a new tabs. Maybe you guys will be able to see it. The image is so shit. This looks a little bit better. Let me open the image somewhere. Okay, so in the ancient time, you had these gladiators that were there in the Roman times itself. They used to fight with each other. Okay, and there will be a winner right over there. They needed to kill each other right over there. So all these different things are there, right? Now, these arenas that were there, right? These arenas that were there, it would provide the particular gladiator with everything that it needs. For example, the gladiator needs a lot of different, like he needs to fight with swords, so there will be a lot of different swords that will be there, and the gladiator can choose one of those swords. If he wants to fight with a bow and arrow, there will be a lot of bow and arrows present. He can choose one of those bows and arrows. If he wants to use a chariot, so there will be a lot of different chariots. He can choose the chariots itself. Okay. Then, for example, if he needs some help, if he needs some kind of medical treatment, there will be a lot of different medical boxes available, and he can choose one of them itself. In the exact same manner, the Node.js actually provides your JavaScript not just the ability to survive, but like I said, it also adds a little bit of new features right over there. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember that? I said it in our yesterday's class that not Node.js not only just help the particular person survive, help the JavaScript survive inside of space, that is the computer, but also adds a little bit more features to JavaScript as well. Now, these are the different features that Node.js actually adds. As you're able to see, OS, Net, Punicode, then you are having REPL, you are having report, stream, string decoder, V8, VM, Web Crypto API, Web Streams API, Worker Threads. So all these different functionalities are not inbuilt inside of JavaScript. For example, a very simple example will be that JavaScript by itself is not able to interact with the files and folders that are there in your computer. JavaScript just can't. It does not has the tools to interact with the files and folders present inside of the computer. Are you guys able to understand this? Guys, again, those who are writing present, sir, present and all this kind of crap, ठीक है? मैं जो चूतिया हो गया तुम लोग, मतलब अकल है कि नहीं है, मतलब या आप पढ़ने के लिए आए हो या फिर बकचोदी करने के लिए आए हो, देख लो अपने हिसाब से भाई। मैं भी कॉलेज में था, बहुत बड़ा बकचोद था, लास्ट बेंचर। आई हैव ऑलवेज बीन अ लास्ट बेंचर इन कॉलेज, ठीक है? कैसे परेशान करने का है वो मेरे को भी आता है। बट ये जो है ना, मैं तुम्हारे प्रोफेसर्स की तरह तुम्हें ज्ञान नहीं पेल रहा, तुम्हें बकचोदी नहीं दे रहा हूँ, ठीक है? जिसका कोई वैल्यू नहीं होगा तुम्हारे फ्यूचर पे। This is actually something that is needed for you to get your placement. Now, there are two possibilities. You are the sons and daughters of Ambanis and Bambanis. In that case, you actually don't need to be spending your time on YouTube. You can spend your millions, go to the Bahamas, go to Thailand, New York, New Jersey, enjoy your life while you're sitting on YouTube. And if you're not a sons of Ambanis and Bambanis and you need to get a job to earn money so that you are able to support your parents, your future family, you are able to live a life that is respectful, because पैसा ही सब कुछ नहीं होता, बट सब कुछ ही पैसे से होता है। ठीक है, ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट। इन दैट केस, बैठो, प्रेजेंट सर करना बंद करो, क्लास पे ध्यान दो। द लाइव चैट हैज बीन ऑफर्ड टू यू टू आस्क डाउट्स। ठीक है, डाउट्स के लिए दिया गया है वो। when you are writing present sir, I'm not able to see the doubts and I will just close the live chat. It will not be helpful for you guys at the very end. Otherwise, I'll start removing students who are writing presents. I'll just start removing students at random. So if you guys want to be here, you guys want to learn, stop writing presents, sir. If you are, even after 3 days, you are not able to understand how I take up the attendance, then I definitely believe in this. IT is not for you. जिसको इतना नहीं समझ में आ रहा कि अटेंडेंस कैसे हो रहा है, वो कैसे जॉब लेगा भगवान जाने, कैसे कोडिंग करेगा भगवान जाने। आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड दैट। ठीक है, मेरे हिसाब से उसको तो मैं नौकर भी ना रखूं, उसको तो झाड़ू पोछा करने के लिए भी ना रखा जाए, क्योंकि उसको इतना ना, मेरे मेरे घर पे जो आता है उसका डेली अटेंडेंस होता है कुक। उसको अटेंडेंस समझ में आता है, तुम्हें नहीं समझ में आता, तो भाई क्या करोगे भाई तुम लोग जिंदगी में? व्हाट विल यू डू? चलो, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है। So let's continue from right over there. So right, like I said, these are the different functionalities that are added by Node.js to JavaScript. One of the biggest problems with JavaScript is that JavaScript does not have the capabilities to interact with files and folders. It just can't. It just can't interact with files and folders, guys. So For doing that, you are having multiple different functionalities that are offered with Node.js. One of those functionalities is the file system module. Okay, these are the file system module, guys. When you click on this file system module, as you are able to see right over here, it will open up the particular module. Each of these modules has multiple different tools to do various different things. For example, the file system module, right? The file system module is used to help JavaScript interact with files and folders present in your computer, because JavaScript itself cannot. So you can use this file system module to help you interact with files and folders. Now, inside of the file system module, as you're able to see, there are so many different functions that you can use to do various different things. Okay, it is not just that, okay, the file system module can only help you just like copy something from a file and paste it something into a file. No, it can help you do a lot of different things, as you are able to see just right over here. So many different things are there that you can do with your particular file system module. Now let us see a very easy and a quick example on how you can use one of these modules to do something. Okay, so there is one particular function inside of the file system module that is called as let me see, um, copy file sync. Okay, so this is one of the particular things that are there inside of the file system module called as the copy file sync method. Okay, where copy file sync method, guys. Now what does this particular method do? Okay, this particular method basically copies stuff from one particular file and pastes it into another file. That is what it does. Now by JavaScript you cannot do it. Just by using JavaScript you can't. Why? Because JavaScript cannot interact with files, but you can use this file system module to do that for you. Now let us see how we can use it. So I'll just open up what were we using? Replit, right? I'll just open up Replit right over here, and I'll just open up the last particular file that we were using. So this was the last file that we were using yesterday itself. I'm using the exact same file once again. It's taking a few minutes to load up, so we'll just wait for that. Yes, it has already loaded up. Now, if so, inside of this particular sandbox, we are using a Node.js sandbox. What does that mean? Node.js is already installed for us. We don't have to do anything. We can directly use Node.js. For our current sandbox, Node.js is already installed for us because we are using the Node.js sandbox itself. So we don't have to think about that a lot. Now, what do we require is that we require the file system module. Okay. Now, think about it in such a way that you are present in an arena, and this arena is your Node.js, you are JavaScript, and you want to get the file system module. Now, it is present somewhere in the arena. You don't know where that particular toolbox is. There is a toolbox which contains all your swords. You want that. You currently don't know where that particular toolbox is. So shout on a loud scale itself that I require the swords toolbox. I require the swords toolbox right over there, guys. So that is what we are going to do right over here, guys. We are also going to be, as JavaScript, we are going to ask JavaScript that we require a particular file system module. Doing that is pretty simple. We are going to create a variable called as fs, which is equals to require the fs module. Done. As it is, as simple as that, guys. There is a fs module, okay, that is there inside of our Node.js. That is the file system module itself. We are going to shout on the top of our voice that we require the file system module, that we require this particular file system module, guys. And once we get that particular file system module, we're going to save it inside of a variable called as fs. We'll save it inside of a variable called as fs so that we are able to use that module at a later point of time. So that we are able to use that module at a later point of time, guys. Are you guys able to get this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to get this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to get this? Please let me know. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is there is a problem right over here. For example, while writing code, somebody does this fs is equals to from today 4. He can do that, right? He can do that or she can do that. Like I can just write it down right over here, right? Fs is equals to 4. I can change the value of what was present inside of fs. Now fs does not contain the module for me anymore. Think about it in such a way, you created a variable called as pi, which contains the value 3.14 inside of it. You want this particular value to always be the same. You should not be able to do pi is equals to pi plus 3. You should not be able to do pi is equals to 4.14. You should not be able to update or modify the value of pi at any particular point of time. Why? Because the value of pi is a constant. The value of pi is a constant itself. It should not be able to change. But because we are declaring pi as a variable, variable basically means that you can modify or change the value. So instead of declaring pi as a variable, you can also declare it as a const. If you declare pi as a const and if you try to change the value of pi, it will not change that because now pi is a constant. No matter what happens, no matter what code or who is coding, nobody will be able to change the value of pi. Okay. In the exact same manner, instead of declaring the value of fs as variable, we're going to call it as a const. Okay. We are going to call it as a const right over here, guys. So constant fs, that is a constant. Shreya Shetty, I don't know what do you mean by. Can you please explain again? This is a YouTube video. If you just want to listen to me once again, you can just scroll back and listen to me once again as well. But if you're not able to understand something, you will have to let me know exactly what you're not able to understand. Then only I can help you out. Because if you have not heard me, if you are late in the class, you were paying attention somewhere else, that is your problem, not mine. So you will have to explain to me what you not able to understand, then I will help you out with that. Okay, difference between constant and let, we will be coming that as well. Shriya will be having a requirement of let, then I will be explaining it right over there because I like to take things a little bit more practically. Okay, so right over here, guys, we are having const fs. We have created a constant fs that requires the file system module. Now that we are having the module, we're going to use the fs dot copy file sync method. Okay, the copy file sync method takes in two attributes to it. One is the source file src and then the destination file. The copy file sync method takes in pi is a reserved keyword, right? No, pi is not a reserved keyword. So fs.copy file sync method takes in two particular attributes: the source file, from where do you want to copy stuff, and the destination file, to where do you want to copy stuff. So we need to create these two files first of all. Now, hello, hello. Is my voice audible to everybody? Is my voice audible to everybody, guys? Yes? Okay. So now in creating a file, how do you create a file, guys? Let me know. How do you create a file, guys? Right click, create a file, right? That is how you create a file. Now, you guys are actually learning backend development. You guys are no longer, and as developers, some of the common terminal commands should be very clear to you guys. You should be knowing about that. So we will be learning that right now. So the shell that you are able to see right over here, okay, you are having this shell right over here, right? The shell is basically a particular platform from which you are directly able to interact with your computer. Okay. Now, how do you interact with your computer? Using keyboard and mouse. You are having a GUI, a graphical user interface where you click things, when you see things, and that is how you interact with the computer itself. But there is another way of interacting with the computer, that is by giving it some commands. For example, if I want to know where am I currently located inside of this computer, I want to know in which particular folder or where am I currently located inside of this particular computer. So to check that, we are having a command that is called as pwd, or present working directory. Inside of your computer, your folder is referred to as a directory. That is the technical term of a folder. So PWD or present working directory basically will tell you where are you currently located inside of your computer. As you're able to see, I'm currently present inside of Gleeful Innocent Prospect, which is present inside of another folder called as Runner, which is present inside of another folder called as Home, right? This is where you are currently present at. Now, what are the different files and folders that are currently present inside of Gleeful Innocent Prospect? Certificates are not valuable. मैं तो पहले ही दिन से बोल रहा हूँ सर्टिफिकेट का कोई वैल्यू नहीं होता. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. 3 दिन के बाद इसको रियलाइज हुआ. शाबाश, शाबाश मेरे बच्चे. फाइनली किसी को तो रियलाइज हो रहा है. Knowledge is what is important, skill is what is important. Don't go behind accumulating certificates. Okay, so always remember that. I've already told you guys on the very first day. I'll tell you a story about me as well, like how I was like you guys. I went behind a certificate and what it cost me. Okay, so like right over here I want to know which particular files and folders are currently present inside of this particular um like place. Then I will just do ls or list. ls or list. It will list all the different files and folders that are currently present inside of our computer. For example, you are having index.js, that is a file, package.log.json, that is also a file, repellent.next, that is also a file, package.json, that is also a particular file. But there is a folder, and the folder is shown by another color. So node modules is basically a folder. Now, if I want to create a new file, if I want to create a new file, I can create it by doing touch, 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 and then the name of the file, that is src.txt. This is the name of the file. This is similar to command line. Absolutely yes. Command line exists inside of your Windows computer. Inside of Linux, inside of Mac OS, you are having shell or terminal right over there. Okay, but the commands between your shell and terminal and your CMD is a little bit different, but you can Google stuff for the replacements and you will get it. I usually don't use my Windows laptop for any sort of development purpose. I use it for gaming. Right now, I'm not using it for that as well. That is something. Okay, so touch src.txt will create a particular text file called as src.txt for us. If you click on enter, as you're able to see, if I do ls once again, then there is another particular file called as src.txt that has been created. Okay, there is another particular file called as src.txt that has been created for us. We'll again do touch, 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 dest dot txt, and that will also create a new file. We'll again check that as well. So we'll do ls right over here. As you're able to see, dext.txt has also been created for us. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. And marks, are marks important for placements? So it depends. If you are from a very good college, you are from tier 1, tier 2 college, then on your on campus placements, your marks matter to the level where you are able to cover up the threshold. For example, if Microsoft is coming into your college, then it will set a bill average like CGPA of 8. Like people who are above 8 CGPA can only apply. Then if you don't have that CGPA, you will be in a problem. But in off-campus placements, no company demands your CGPA. No company even wants to look at your CGPA. It does not matter to them. It's as simple as that. Okay, chalo. We'll move on to the next particular topic, guys. So now that we have created both the files, we will put it up right over here. We'll add some particular text to the file as well. First of all, having source.txt, we'll add some file. This is a new line that is there and I don't like to sit in this chair. It hurts my butt. Okay, so we are having a particular random line that I've written right over here, guys, inside of the source.txt. As you're able to see, the destination.txt, as you're able to see, is still completely empty. Okay, So using our code, we want to copy stuff from the source.txt file into the destination.txt file, guys. So we'll write it down right over here. So a quotation mark dot slash src. I can directly write src.txt, and here destination dest.txt. We are going to add it right over here. We're going to save it. What happened right over here? Who did it? I think so. This was an auto generated code that I got added from some place. Okay, so right over here, guys, we'll save this. We will run our code right over here. Let's see if it ran properly or not. Let us go into our destination.txt file. And as you're able to see, whatever I had written in the source.txt got copy pasted into the destination.txt. Just by using JavaScript, you cannot do it because you had the access to the Node.js file system module. You were able to leverage that to do this. Now, your first question I know is going to be, sir, how can we remember all the different methods, all the different modules that are present in Node.js? You don't have to. The more projects that you make, the more Googling you will be able to do, the more documentation you will be able to read, the more modules you will be able to use. And the more modules that you use, the better you guys start remembering that, Acha, I have done something similar to this. So there must be a module. Let me check there. You don't have to remember stuff. But yes, some basic stuffs like OS module, the FS module should be something that should be like you should be dealing with on a daily basis if you're learning backend development. Okay, chalo. So that is one of the things. The next thing is that this module system, I really like it, right? That somebody wrote all that code. I don't have to write it down. I can just use some of its tools and I'm able to do my own stuff. Now let's talk about something, right? Let's all assume right over here we have recently purchased a good property. Let me open up OneNote. Tin, 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 tin. Arre, arre. Okay, let us all think that we have recently like purchased a home. Okay. Now this is our home right over here, guys. This is the plot of land. This is our house. Okay. And the rest of the place is our backyard. Now, inside of the backyard, I want to plant a tree. Okay, I want a tree right over here. Okay, this is my tree. I want to do that. Now, how can I do that? There are two steps. There are two ways. The first way is plant a seed, right? Water it every single day. It will become a small like plant after that. Like it will become a small plant. Then it will take 30 years later, you'll get a tree. Okay, that is the first particular way of doing things, right? I will plant a seed, I'll water it every day, I'll make sure fertilizers are given to it, and so on and so forth. It will go into a small plant, then a small paudha, and then after 30 years, I'll get a huge tree in my backyard. That is the first particular method. The second particular method basically states that why would I go through all these different things? Okay, I will dig a big hole inside of my backyard. So I'll dig a big hole inside of my backyard. I'll find a tree. I'll find a tree that I like. Okay. I'm going to take all its roots and uproot it like this along with the soil. I'm just going to uproot it like that. I'm going to bring this tree and put it right over here. So this is going to be my tree. Okay. I'm going to put it up right over here. And I'm just going to fill it up to the brim with the soil. I'm going to water it. And in just one day, I'm having a huge tree in my backyard. Which particular method would you like to go over with? Would you like to go over with the first method that takes 30 years to get a tree in your backyard? Or would you like to go with the second method in which you just dig a hole, you bring a tree from some other place, and you are having a particular tree on the very next day in your backyard itself? Which method would you like to go? My preference will also be with the second method as fast as possible. Okay, as fast. Our aim is to get a tree in the backyard. So that should be done as fast as possible itself. So I will also go with the second particular option. Now, the same thing happens with web development as well. Let's assume I want to create a website that has a particular login page. It takes an ID, password, log in, and you submit it Once you submit it, you are into the platform. Now, am I the very first person in the entire world to create an authentication system? This is called as an authentication system. You're logging in, you're signing up, all this is called as your authentication system. Am I the very first person in the entire world creating an authentication? Absolutely wrong. There are billions, millions of developers, billions of projects that contain this login code right over there, that contains these type of processes, authentication processes already pre-built for us. It would have been so great if we would able to borrow some of this code instead of writing it from scratch, building all the complex methodologies to keep it safe. If there was a method in which we could take it off from right over there like a tree and just attach it into our own project as well. This is where your particular npm comes into picture, your node package manager. Load package manager, guys. What node package manager says is that, okay, if there was a developer, he could package this entire thing of this entire authentication system. He can package it up for you, put it up online, from where you can download it and then use it in your own project. You don't have to create it from scratch. You don't have to think about it from scratch. Somebody has already built it. He'll put it up online for you. You can, as a package, you can directly just download it, attach it into your own project, and voila, you are having an entire authentication system in your particular project within like 10 minutes or within 5 minutes itself. That is how fast it is. So Node has a lot of different packages, right? File system package, the OS package. These are pre-bundled up with Node. These come pre-bundled with Node itself. npm पे जो packages हैं, whatever packages are there on the npm website, these do not come with Node. You need to download it, install it into your Node environment itself, and then use it. It is basically like you wanted a gadha. Okay, you are now fighting in a Roman particular arena itself. You wanted a gadha. Gadha, you know, like Hanumanji carries that long gadha that is there. You wanted a gadha. Now Romans don't have it. So what will they do? They will import it. They will get it from India, right? It will come from outside, will be given to you so that you are able to fight it, right? That is how npm is, and npm is free to use. That is the best particular part about npm. That is what we are going to do as well. I'll just open up the npm website. So this is the official npm website, guys. Npmjs.com. That is the official website. I'm just opening it up right over here. So this is the official website. I created like 5 login pages last month, lol. So you could have used npm to make things a little bit more easier for you. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, this is the npm official website, guys. There are a lot of different packages that you can search about. We are going to see how to use one of this, guys. So ये क्या किसी भी authentication के लिए use हो सकता है या फिर login register के लिए. It depends what type of package you are able to find. If you are able to find a package that suits your need, then whatever is there in the package, you will be able to use it. That is how it works, right? Durgesh Pandey, the front-end web development class is over. Okay. Okay. So right over here, guys, I'll search for a super villains package. Okay. This is the supervillains package, guys. The supervillains package is basically a package that helps you get random supervillain names. Okay, it has. If I want to get random supervillain names, guys, I will have to first get or have to create a database of all the supervillain names that are there, and then I have to randomly select one of those supervillains. So there's a very like very long process. For example, if I want to give my users that are coming on my website a random name, they can generate a random name for themselves. I can use a package like this. It will generate a random supervillain name for them, and I don't have to write it down and directly just use this particular package right over there. So to use the package, first of all, we'll have to get the hole inside of our backyard, right? If I want to plant a tree, what is the first thing that I have to do? I have to make a hole inside of my backyard itself. Do you agree with me or not, guys? Do you agree with me or not? So when will I get the certificate? Durgesh Pandey, were you not present in yesterday's class? I had already told in our yesterday's class that the certificates will be released 3 to 4 days after the boot camp is over. So please, like I said, listen to me much more accurately. You will be able to get your answers very fast. Okay. Okay. So right over here, guys, first we need the hole in our backyard. For that, we are going to initialize npm. That will make the hole in our backyard, guys. So npm init. Okay. This will initialize the hole inside of our backyard, guys. So once we do that, it will ask us some particular questions. For example, what is the package name? We'll just keep it at Node.js. Version, we'll keep it the same. Description, this is npm example. Git repository, nothing. Author, Shaurya Sinha. License, will keep it as the same. Okay. So right over here, guys, we have created the hole in our backyard. The next thing is we need to get the tree. We need to get the tree. To get the tree, as you go over to the documentation of supervillains, to install it, you are having this particular command, npm install supervillains. Now, I don't want to make any spelling mistakes because there can be a lot of different packages. And the packages again are case sensitive in nature. If you make any spelling mistakes, if you make any letter capital small problems itself, it might install some different particular package for you. So I always copy paste these type of lines of code. I'll just copy paste it right over here as well. Control Shift V. Inside of the terminal, if you want to paste something, it is Control Shift V. It is not Control V. Control V won't work. It is Control Shift V, guys. Okay. So once we install the supervillains package, कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा. अंशु, क्या नहीं समझ में आ रहा? अगर तुम स्टार्टिंग से क्लास में नहीं थे तो ऑफ कोर्स कुछ नहीं समझ में आने वाला है. ये तो ऐसा है नहीं कि भाई तुम कहीं पर भी चढ़ जाओ ट्रेन में, डेस्टिनेशन सबका सेम ही रहने वाला है. स्टार्टिंग से थे and still you are not able to understand, then there are two reasons behind it. Either you were not listening, okay, either you are focused somewhere else. So what is the scenario? And if still you were focused, you were there from the start, you would have listened to every single line, every single word that I've said. You're still not able to understand, then let me know what you are not able to understand. Only then I can help you out, right? कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा बोलने से तो पहले भी कर दूं तो अभी भी कर दूं, क्या डिफरेंस आया? कुछ नहीं. एटलीस्ट कुछ बोल दोगे तो मैं तुम्हें समझा पाऊंगा कि बच्चा ऐसे समझ लो. ठीक है. So you have to let me know if you guys are not able to understand something. Let me know exactly what you are not able to understand. Only then I will be able to help you out. ठीक है. यहाँ वरना तो पूरे क्या बोलते हैं लाइव चैट में मेरे को सिर्फ दो ही लोग दिखाई देते हैं. एक अटेंडेंस वाले, दूसरे सर्टिफिकेट वाले. बाकी लोग तो ऐसा लगता है बस बैठने के लिए आए. समझ रहे हो नहीं समझ रहे हो, मुझे खुद भी नहीं समझ में आ रहा अब तो. राइट. तो वो थोड़ा सा देखो तुम लोग को. अब वो कैसे करोगे वो तुम लोग डिसाइड. ठीक है. चलो तो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Right over here, as you are able to see, we are having the npm install supervillains. So we have installed supervillains right over here, guys. The package has been installed for us. Now we have to use the package. Okay, we dug the hole by doing npm init. Okay, we initialized npm, so we dug the hole. We did npm install supervillains. We got the supervillains tree. We planted it in our backyard. We have done that as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use it inside of our code, guys. We're going to use it inside of our code. अगेन लेट्स अज्यूम आई डोंट नो शिट अबाउट सुपरविलेंस. ठीक है. नहीं पता भाई. नहीं पता. सब थोड़ी पता रहेगा. इतना स्मार्ट होता तो भाई आज सत्य नडेला पर मैं ही होता. ठीक है. बट नहीं. ठीक है. So what will I do? Well, I will go to its documentation. I will again go to the documentation. Bhaiya, please tell me the dig process again. See, Rekha, try to understand it in such a way. I require a tree in my backyard. Okay. But I will have to plant a seed. I will have to water it every single day. And after 30 years, I will get that tree. Very long, very painstaking process. For example, I want to have an authentication system in my website where people are able to log in and log out. They are able to register on my platform. Then to find all the different things that, okay, passwords jo hone chahiye, that should be encrypted. Then your particular IDs, your Gmail should be tested out. Ki bhai, this Gmail actually exists or not. Your phone numbers, you should receive an OTP and it should come back. To create all these different things, it is going to take me a lot of time. But am I the first person in the entire world that is going to create it? No, right? I'm not the very first person in the entire world that is going to create it. There are other people who have created these authentication systems. There are other people who have grown big trees in their backyards itself, right? So instead of planting our own tree or writing our own code, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a very big hole in my backyard. I'm going to go to their backyard. I'm going to take their entire tree with the roots and everything, and I'm going to uproot it. I'm going to come to my backyard, put it inside of my hole, cover it with dirt, water it, and voila, in one day, I'm having an entire tree in my backyard. In the exact same manner, the people who have created their own authentication system, they've written the code for their own authentication system, they package it together and put it online on NPM. NPM is like a platform. They Node Package Manager. It's like a platform itself. They put these type of authentication code on their platform. I can go on the platform. I can search for these type of packages that I need. I can just install it. I can just put it inside of my own particular program itself. Just like your file system package was there. That was pre-bundled with Node. You didn't need to install it or something. It was there already there with Node. These packages are present on NPM, so I'll have to install it inside of Node, and then I can use it. I can directly use it. Like I'm doing right over here, the supervillains package that generates random supervillain names. Instead of building it on my own, instead of writing the code. Sir, I did not understand NPM. अरे वही तो बता रहा हूँ, सुन तो ले. वही तो भी बता रहा हूँ, सुन तो ले. I'm telling that right now. Listen. So, like the supervillains package that was there, I could have sat and created the entire code using JavaScript. That okay, this will randomly generate supervillain names for me. I don't want to do it. Somebody has already written the code. So now what I'm doing, I did npm install. Okay, npm init that makes the entire hole in my backyard. I went to npm. I searched for the supervillains package. I installed it. npm install supervillains that basically brings the tree in my backyard. Now the tree is there in my backyard. Now I'm going to use that particular tree. I'm going to, maybe I will make furniture out of it. Maybe I pluck some fruits and eat out of the tree. That is what I will be doing. I'll be using that particular module right over here. Okay. So the first thing, again, I don't know how to use supervillain. So I'll go to the particular website. I'll see the use case. Import supervillains from supervillains. Simple, very easy to use. I'll just write that down. Okay, I'll just do Control C. I'll Control V. So import supervillains. That is the package from the supervillains package. I've imported it. The next line of code that I'm going to use right now, again, I don't know how to use it. I'll just go further. If you use this particular line of code, random supervillain, it will generate a random supervillain name for me. If I use this particular line of code, random supervillain, it will generate a random supervillain name for me. So I will again, I'll copy, paste it. I'll copy it from right over here. I'll go back to my website. I'll do console.log because I want to print it out on my screen right now. So I'll just do console.log and random supervillain quotation mark. I'll save it. I'll press play right over here. There was a problem with that. The problem was I had to write supervillains dot random supervillains. That is something I have not done. Okay, now it will work properly. So the reason why I got this error is because I just copy pasted it from right over there. Okay. अबे इसको हटाओ भाई चैनल से कुछ गांडू लोग पता नहीं क्यों चैनल पे आ जाते हैं एकदम. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, we are having, so you have to select like fs dot then copy file sync, right? So similar to that, you are having the super villains, that is the package name dot random super villain that will generate the random super villain name for me. So I run the play button once again. What happened? Syntax error. Cannot use import statement outside a module. Eh, क्या error आ गया भाई? पता नहीं यहाँ पे import statement नहीं यूज कर पा रहे हैं. We'll use the const supervillains is equals to require supervillains. Maybe this might work for us. Save, play. Can we develop a chat GPT style application using MERN stack technologies? Absolutely yes. अब तो अपना रेपेलिट ही काम करना बंद हो गया है. The repellent has stopped working. Let me play it again. The error require ESM. ये भाई क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? I think so. We'll have to import supervillains once again. I think so. There is some problem right over there. Let me do one thing. Let me make a new particular folder and let's do that shit inside of there. So to create a new folder, we use mkdir. Just like to create a file, we use touch. To create a folder, you use mkdir, guys. So mkdir or make directory. Okay, directory is called as a folder. So right over here, we'll have it named as test. Okay. Now, currently we are present PWD. We are currently present inside of the Glee Innocent Prospect. We want to go inside of the next particular directory itself. So we'll do ls. Want to go into the test directory. To do that, we'll go into do cd test. Okay, or change directory into test. That will take us into the test particular folder, guys. As you're able to see, we are currently present inside of the test folder. Okay. We are present inside of the test folder. Sir, can ChatGPT 4 replace the web developers? भाई नहीं रुक जा. तुम जब तक जिंदा हो तब तक तुम एप्लीकेशन डेवलपर्स को कोई कहीं नहीं रिप्लेस कर सकता, वरना तो सब तो रिप्लेस हो ही चुके रहते. अजीब आदमी लोग हैं भाई. Okay, so right over here, guys, the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to make a new file right over here. So touch touch index.js will create a new file and we'll open that particular file right now. So I'll just copy paste everything from right over here and I will open that file right now. So test and then index.js. We'll paste our code right over here. We'll save it. We are again going to initialize npm right now. So npm init package name test version description कुछ नहीं देना मेरे को भाई. एक author बस दे देता हूँ शौर्य. Okay, done. Okay, next thing we'll just install supervillains once again. Npm install supervillains. Now that is also done. Node index.js. We are still getting the error right now as well. ऑनलाइन वालों के साथ यही प्रॉब्लम थोड़ा ज्यादा होता है मेरे को. Import supervillains from supervillains. अब भी प्रॉब्लम है. Less test it out. Cannot use import statement outside a module. Okay, I think so. There is a problem with this itself. Okay, we will use something else. Let's see if code sandbox is working right now or not. I think so. This is a problem with Repellent that is happening. Let's use code sandbox to try it out. Because the code is absolutely right. There's no issues with the code. There is a problem with something else itself. Let me try to figure that out for you guys. Devbox Node.js create the dev box. Let's see if this works for us or not. New terminal pwd ls mkdir test touch index.js. खोलो index.js का control A. Let's copy it from here. C, control V, control S. We'll do right over here npm init init package name version. Redo cd. Cd test ls at your usage touch index.js. Delete control C, delete control V, less ठीक है तो बन गया npm init init test version description test command get to repository keywords no it's okay. Then we will copy paste this right over here, control shift V, npm install supervillains, node index.js. इसको हटाओ कंट्रोल एस करो. अब भी प्रॉब्लम होगा तेरे को. अभी भी प्रॉब्लम है इसकी माँ का. भूलना क्या चाहते हो तुम. Load an ES module, set type module in the JS package as use JS extension. सुपर विलन्स तो डायरेक्टली अवेलेबल है तो फिर ये क्यों नहीं यूज करने दे रहा मुझे. why are you not letting me use it. इनका एक बोलती है तुम्हें भी देखती है. तुम बोल रहे हो डायरेक्ट यूज करें. चलो इसको भी यूज करके देख लेते हैं. ये भी काम नहीं कर रहा. फिर भी ट्राई करके देख लेते हैं. कंट्रोल बी कंट्रोल एस टर्मिनल. चलो कोई नहीं. लेट मी ट्राई टू फिगर इट आउट कि ये क्यों हो रहा है. तब तक के लिए आई विल गिव यू गाइस द अटेंडेंस राइट नाउ. ठीक है. Even I am not able to understand why this is happening because this is simple code. It should directly work in my personal laptop. It usually works properly itself. I'll figure it out today. That what is the problem? Why is it not letting me use it? ठीक है. No issues in that. I'll try to figure it out. ठीक है. अभी के लिए I'll give you guys the attendance. ठीक है. Forms. So Gani, I'll try to figure it out. No issues in that. Let me do it for you guys. This is day 3, right? It's not a problem with the package. I think so. There is some default problem with the code sandbox and repellent, which will have to change in the JSON file itself. That is what I'm able to figure out from the error that is coming up. But for that, I'll have to go through the entire JSON file properly to check it up key what changes have been made by. So there's some default way in which Code Sandbox and Replit actually works. So I think so there's a problem with that. So I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know tomorrow what is the solution for the same. Okay. Right now I'm giving you guys the attendance link. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 9:17. Okay. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 9:17. So please start filling up your attendance. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 9:17, guys. Okay, we'll meet in our tomorrow's class at the same time. I'll continue from right over there. Again, 9:17, the attendance link will be closed. Okay. Chalo, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, guys, bye bye.